everyone. Thank you so much for being here today and spending your lunch with us, learning some cool new things. We're really excited. We have Brandon here today. Brandon, thank you for being here and joining us.
Yeah, thanks everybody for joining and watching.
Good. And you're going to share some really cool things with us today. Canva is a fantastic tool, both good for people building a resume or businesses building graphics for their business or social media. Fun fact, Canva was actually started by a female from Australia, and she's grown this business tremendously. So we always love hearing that. Brandon, tell us a little bit about you and then get us rolling. And just a housekeeping tip for everyone. If you have questions, drop them in the chat. We will go ahead and click over and answer any questions you have. Brandon, take it away. Teach us great things.
Sure. Hi, I'm Brandon Justice. I'm a member of AmeriCorps, American Connection Corps, serving at Tech to Elevate, which is a newer nonprofit that we're sort of trying to develop digital skills and internet access in underserved communities. Today, we're going to talk about building a resume with Canva. They have a really good service, either free or paid. The paid will offer you different things, but you can do a lot of it for free. So yeah, like I said, Tech to Elevate is where we're working. Some important parts of a good resume are you first want to have your name, address, and contact info, obviously, because they want to reach out to you if you get the job or you get an interview. And then usually you'll have a few sentences about yourself, they call it a summary, just kind of who you are, what you're looking for in a job. And later I'll show you how to format all of these. Also, you'll want to have, obviously, your job experience. A lot of people will tell you to try to keep it to one page. Do that if you can, but don't, get rid of any good experience that you feel is important, especially because everything's pretty digital nowadays. The one-page rule is kind of less strict. Make sure you have your education on there, whether that's high school, GED, bachelor's degree, associates, anything like that. Skills, like any software that you know how to use, like Microsoft Office, Google Drive even, or just you speak Spanish or a different language or anything like that. You can put in your skills. And then if you have good ones, you can put references on there, usually about 2. Other jobs also will ask for that separate, so it might not necessarily go in your resume. That one's kind of a play it by ear. But I am going to now go share my screen and just kind of show you how to start up a resume in Canva.
Thank you, Brandon. And for those of you who don't have a Canva account, they do have a free version, which is super cool because you don't have to pay for it. They do have a paid version, which offers you more graphics and a few other tools as part of it. But start with the free version for sure.
Yeah, definitely check it out and see what you can do before you make sure that you want to pay any money. Trish, can you see my screen?
Yes, we got it. Mm-hmm.
Okay, awesome. So the first thing you'll do, obviously, canva.com. And then you'll hit sign up if you don't have an account. I do have an account, so I can go to login. And signing in with my Tech to Elevate email. There we go. Okay. So when you open it up, this is what you'll see. It's got a lot of different options for you. They have templates for docs, kind of presentations, if you want to make social media posts or even websites you can make with Canva. All of that stuff is things we can go into in later webinars. But to create a resume, you'll do create a design, and then suggested. What I always try to do is find as specific as I can with what I'm looking for. So resume, they have one for you already. It opens this up, just a blank page. And then since you selected resume, it'll offer you automatically some resume templates on the side. Pretty much everything I do in Canva, I start with a template. It's a lot easier than starting from scratch. So you can scroll until you find a template that you like. This is a good one. And then you just drag it onto the page, and it'll automatically format for you. So obviously it's got some filler information in here. I'm not Mariana Anderson, but what you'll do is you go through, you can kind of change the color of this if you like if you, I don't know, I like green, so I always kind of make it a shade of green. Um, Not that one, like a dark green. There we go. And then you'll just kind of go through and fill in your information. They've got a spot for a title if marketing manager, if you've been working in marketing. If you haven't really developed yourself a title, then you can just leave that blank. And then here will be where you put in your summary, just a little bit about yourself, like we talked about. If you have a headshot, you can put that here. That's kind of a newer thing, but a lot of employers like that. If you don't have one, though, just get rid of it. And then, yep, contact information here, phone, email, address. You don't have to get real specific with your address if you'd rather not. You can just kind of put city and state. And then your education. If you have anything to fill in here, that's great. And expertise is kind of like the skills that I talked about, where, if you know how to use like PowerPoint or anything like that, you can kind of put it in here. And then languages at the bottom too, if you have it. Otherwise, whoops, you can just get rid of that. And then here will be where you put your experience. It's got it all formatted well for you. That's why I like this one, is it's pretty simple and easy to read for both you and the employer. It's got the years up here where you've worked, or the years that you've worked, company name, address, job position, and just a couple of descriptions about it. Usually I do it in bullet points. It's just easier to read than a paragraph. So you can do that. If you select this, it'll automatically put it into bullet points. And then every time you type, I'll zoom in here. And then you'll just do enter and it'll open up another bullet point for you. And that's just a lot easier to read, I think, than a couple pages or a couple lines of paragraph. So you'll do that for a couple. References at the bottom, name, last name, your references position, usually in their company, just so they know what they're working with, and typically their phone number or email if you have it. And then if you need a second page of it, you can hit add page, or just go up and hit duplicate right here. And it'll be the same exact thing. You'll have to format it a little differently, obviously. You can get rid of the name and summary there and just move everything up. And then you can add a couple more job experiences if you have it. There are some other templates. Every time you open a template, here on the side, it'll show you similar ones. So this is another one that looks good. Again, you'll have to fill in your own information, but that part's pretty easy. It's just going through and double clicking and typing everything about yourself. But same thing, if you've got a title, you can throw it in there. Work experience, education. This is a new thing that some resumes are doing, where it'll be like you can give an estimate of how skilled you are at something. If your template has that, you just click on it and it'll open up this bar on the side where you can kind of change the percentage. And if you see, it'll automatically change it down here. That's not something that I really do a whole lot, but if it's something that you want to have, you can definitely do that. You can also change like the thickness of the line and take away the percentage if you want. Pretty customizable. And yeah, and if there's ever these design things that you don't like, you can get rid of those. You can just delete them, or you can even change the color of them if you want them to be something else. And yeah, so that's kind of how you do that. And then as soon as you're done, once you filled in everything, I would read it a couple times, because it's definitely easy to miss some things, especially when it's kind of already defaulted filled in for you, because it looks done to you, but I would read it to make sure that it's actually your information and not the default information. I've made that mistake before. So then you'll just go up to share here. You'll hit download, and then typically PDF is what you want to do it as. That's what most people will take. JPEG and PNG are sort of for photos or anything like that. So I would stick to PDF. And you select which pages you want. We'll just go with this last one, page 3. and then download, and it'll show you this thing. It'll name it whatever you've named it. Oh, I can show you to do that. If you want to name it just so that you can find it in your downloads better, right up here, mine automatically filled into Brandon Justice because that's what I typed in. But you could type in Justice dash resume, and then when you download it, it'll be titled that as well, so you can find that more easily. But yeah, once you share it and download it, then you're good to just email it or put it into whatever software they're using where they collect your resumes, and you're good to go.
That was great, Brendan. I think one thing to point out too is I always refer clients and friends to use Canva. And one time I told a client to use it. They were like, I hate Canva. It was like, that's the first time I've ever heard that. Why do you not like it? Pull it up and let's talk about it. They were using it on their cell phone. And imagine doing all of that typing and moving on a cell phone. It's not easy. So if you don't have access to a laptop at home or a desktop, highly recommend if you're going to create your resume, go into the library in Erie. We're at Blasco and Beaver County. We're at both Ambridge and Aliquippa libraries. Go use a computer at the library so that you're actually able to do it in a way that's easiest when you're doing a big project like that.
Definitely. And one other thing is that Canva offers sort of like some walkthrough lessons. If you type in Canva Academy, they have a design school that if you just click on, I believe it's a free course.
Yeah, that's super cool.
And it'll just take you through, there's a bunch of options. There's Canva for nonprofits. There's design skills for students. There is a Canva on your mobile if you really need to use your phone. But again, it is easier on the computer. And yeah, there's all kinds of different free courses that you can use that'll kind of give you some basics.
That's a great tip. Great tip. And the fact that it's free is fantastic.
And then, yeah, Trish mentioned we're at some libraries. In our Beaver County location, we're at the Laughlin Memorial Library in Ambridge. That is Mondays and Wednesdays, 12 to 4. And we are also at the B.F. Jones Memorial Library in Aliquippa, Thursdays, 12 to 4. And then here in Erie, where I'm based, we're at the Blasco Public Library, Wednesdays 1 to 5 and Thursdays 3 to 7. And if none of those times work for you, you can call this number and schedule an appointment or find out more information at our website.
That's fantastic. So, Brandon, let's say someone's watching today and they are like, whoa, I'm not sure what Brandon said to do here, or I can't make that move the way I want to. They could come into the library and these services, you could help them at no cost, correct?
Yep, we offer free walk-in services at the libraries these hours. Anyone can just come in with any issues, really, technologically. And if for some reason we don't know it, we'll sit down with you and try to figure it out together. And then, yeah, all of our services are free, whether at the library or if you want to call and make an appointment.
Good. Great information. Great information. Brandon, thank you. This was helpful. A nice quick overview of Canva and how to build a resume with it.
Of course. And if people need to go back and watch this again, it's on our website. We have all of our webinars recorded on our website that you can click into and just watch.
Good. And do it at your own pace whenever you're ready to build an awesome resume. Good stuff.
Exactly.
Brandon, thank you for being here. And again, Brendan has this information up. If you have questions or whatnot, please reach out to us. And we look forward to seeing you next week. Thank you, Brandon.
Of course. Thank you.